Hey guys, Jason Lovett from Artsy Passive Income here with another video. So today I want to talk about life being a creative process, an ongoing creative process. This is something I've kind of been battling with in my mind for a while. You know, like, is life an ongoing creative process, or is it just something that you create the foundations of and then enjoy the fruits of? Like, for example, getting a house, moving into a community, and raising kids and enjoying that. I realized that it's not true. You can't. It is always a creative process. It never ends, because the creative process is simple. It's just simply doing stuff, and making your life, or making things, or making more like your life different, making cool art. It's what life is all about. We are just creative people. People are creative. And creativity extends into every facet of existence, of life. It's just doing what humans do. When you're not creating, you're seriously vegging out. If you're starting a business, you're creating. If you're making art, you're creating. If you're acting, you're creating. If you're going to a party, or if you're setting up a party, you're creating. If you're establishing a social life, that's creating. If you're raising kids, that's creating. If you're part of a group that makes things happen in the community, you're creating. No matter what in your life, you're always creating. And I think what we're basically creating is generally just a better version of the world. That's what, like science is creating. Everything's creating. So that brings me to my point. I've always kind of thought, like, okay, do I just like start off creating stuff? Excuse me. Do you just create like the foundation of your life and enjoy the fruits of that? Or are you constantly on a new project? Are you constantly working towards something new? And the bottom line is that we are constantly working towards something new. So does that mean that we can't enjoy life and that we're always in an uphill struggle? No, quite the contrary. It means that we're always working towards something, but we also, now that you know that you're going to be working towards something your entire life, that means that you can enjoy the moment for what it is. And being knee-deep in the creative zone, the flow, is the best human mindset to be in. The best psychological place to be in is actually in the creative zone. It's kind of surprising. So I need to check something. Let's take some examples. For example, Arnold Schwarzenegger has been called the guy that's been in the zone for the past 40 years. And everyone can agree with that. He started off in high school. He was doing benching and crazy weightlifting and bodybuilding, and then he eventually moved to the United States and became a big bodybuilder. And then he started doing movies, and then after he did movies, which he did for a long period of time, he got a governmental position in office. He was like the senator of California and the governor of California. And he just kept doing stuff, and he hasn't stopped until he's finally old. And those people are actually living life the fullest. The people that are creating constantly and constantly in the process, in the flow state. Like they're in the flow state of creating. And when you're in that flow state, you feel awesome. You feel like you're purposeful. You feel it's something intangible with words. It's just everything comes effortlessly. You have a heightened state of consciousness. You feel like you're in the zone of life. That is what life is. That core creative zone is what life is all about. And life is constantly just a series of creative events. You're constantly creating new projects. No matter where you are in life, no matter what you're doing, you're either creating something or you're not creating something. And the only time you're not creating something is when you're pretty much just vegging out and watching TV on your couch. So, what can we take away from this? Well, knowing that you're always creating, working towards something, towards the future, means that you can also enjoy the present. When you know that you're constantly in the creative state, it means that you can fully engage in the present moment and really enjoy it, you know? Enjoy that heightened sense of awareness. And constantly, and you should also do stuff for the future. Like, people always say, oh, you're always focused so much on the future, you can never enjoy the present. Well, that is my version of enjoying the present, is focusing on the future. That's actually being a creative individual. And being the creative individual, as we've already established, is actually a heightened state of enjoying the present. If you enjoy the present as if that's the only thing there is and there is no future, you're not really actually going to enjoy the present, because we have a psychological instinct to plan for the future and predict. It's just how humans work. So, for example, I'm going to Europe in a couple months to backpack for like a year or something like that. And although it's really an intermission stage for me, because I want to go there for a while and take in the cultural experiences. It's also a means to an end, you know. It's also part of my creative development in my brain, because I want to expand my own cultural consciousness. And if I was just going there because I wanted to just go party and get drunk and stuff, which I kind of do, but well, not get drunk, but it's like I wouldn't actually enjoy it as much as if I knew I was going there for a purpose, which is to engage in cultural experiences that will enrich my consciousness and my awareness. And long story short, our whole lives are creative. We're being creative, and till the day you die, if you are living life to the fullest, you will be engaged in some sort of creative endeavor, whether it's creating your own project or being part of somebody else's project, such as being part of a peer group or some like a governmental position or something like that. You're always part of the creative process. And the more that you identify that and understand that, the less you can stop expecting it to end, because it never ends. It's never going to end. You're always going to be working towards something. And like there's some old Chinese sayings that work is the greatest meditation, or work puts you basically in a state where you're enjoying you're most intimate with the world and the universe, because you have to understand the nature of the universe while you're doing things and creating things. Think about it as if you're farming and you're pulling out weeds in a garden. You have to really you understand the texture of each weed as you pull them out, and you get in this flow and like this rhythmic state where you just understand things on a much deeper scale than if you're just sitting there watching, you know? And like, that is what life is all about, you know. Work, intimate connection with the universe and the world and other people, and the creative state. That is what the world is all about. And it's amazing when you understand that, because then you get to really enjoy the process. And that's what life is all about. It's being part of a process and enjoying the process. And that doesn't mean that you have to like stop what you're doing and look around and smell the roses. It just means that you can have a heightened state of consciousness and understanding that this is where you're meant to be. And in turn, you will get those euphoric states once in a while that you stop and you're like, wow, this is where I'm supposed to be. I've put myself here, and we're creating such great things. And that's what true grit of life is all about. So I think I've said all that I can really say on the subject for now. And if you have any ideas, please leave a comment or like or whatever. And I will catch you later. Bye, guys. Thanks.